We are back with another live. I was dog sitting again last weekend, which is why I didn't do a video. Meant to Monday, but just, you know, life. My excuse for everything. But it's not really an excuse if it's the truth. So, anywho, we are going to blame it on life and busyness of it all and everything. I did start another job. I now have one full-time job, one part-time job, and like a half part-time job. I'm either helping my neighbor cross the street or I'm dog sitting. So, I mean, I have like 2.5 jobs, pretty much. But yeah, that's going great. Just the new job is a full-time job. The part-time is what I was doing because I mean I can't leave them stranded. But yeah, it's been interesting this week trying to get into a new routine. But here we are. It's all right. We have a day off tomorrow from both jobs, which is awesome. Not my half job, but that's only a couple hours. Um, Anywho, we are going to do a patriotic song because today is Memorial Day. Now, what is that piece doing right there? Now, a lot of people are confused with all the different patriotic holidays that Americans observe. Sorry, this thing is a little crooked. Um, so we all know 4th of July, Independence Day, whatever you want to call it, is the 4th day of July. That's just to celebrate our freedoms, our freedom from Britain, from Great Britain, England. The Revolutionary War time. We fought our way to freedom then, so that America could be its own country without rule of I believe it was the King of England at the time. Veterans Day is for those who have served but are no longer serving. Those are for the ones who are still alive. We honor them for their service and all. We should honor them all the time, but there's a special day set aside November 11th for them to for us to honor them, for them to feel the love. Memorial Day, which is tomorrow, is to honor and remember those who have served but never made it home. Those who died in combat, who died overseas, whatever. Whatever the case may be. I saw one thing on Facebook earlier. Veterans Day is to honor those who wore the uniform and then hung it up. Memorial Day is for those who wore the uniform and never got to take it off. And when I saw that, even now, I teared up a little, got chills, like, it's true. So, that's why we're going more patriotic today. I'm sorry, y'all. So the information that I received was from Amazing Grace 366 Inspiring Hymn Stories for Daily Devotions. It's written by Kenneth W. Osbeck, published by Craigle Publications. This one is it is a daily devotional, like it kind of says in the subtitle. This was for Wednesdays? Yeah, Wednesdays. But, I'm not doing it in order. And this is my channel. I make the rules. So, I do like the quote by William Penn that they have at the top of this little devotional article. It says, "Men must be governed by God, or they will be ruled by tyrants." I think that kind of speaks a lot of what is happening to America right now. Just saying, take that as you will. I know not everyone has the same political views, and like we don't all agree on everything, but I've kind of been not really vocal, but I've been hinting and really kind of sort of sharing without sharing what my views are and what I think our country is going to. So, and I'll read it again. Men must be governed by God, or they will be ruled by tyrants. William Penn. So, this hymn was written by Samuel, where did his name go? Samuel Smith. He was a wonderful theologian, wonderful patriot. That term was used a lot in the Revolutionary War, still used today, just not as widely. He was for God and for his country, the way God intended it to be. He went to Harvard and then Andover Theological Seminary. He was a minister in several Baptist churches of the time in the I know it says when it was, in the 1830s. This hymn was published in 1832, so early 1830s. He actually composed 150 hymns in his 87 years of life. He helped compile a Baptist hymnal of the day, probably using most of his hymns, good publicity and all, I guess. And let's see. He became an editor of a missionary magazine, which then led him to be strong in the mission field, whether local missions or far missions. He became the secretary of the Baptist Missionary Union, and he even spent a lot of time in his later years going around and visiting foreign mission fields. He really wanted to see Christian Americans. I was going back and forth. Do I want to say Christian Americans or American Christians? Which both make sense. Really lean more toward God for their country, and he wanted them to see, or to really lean toward, this is important. Our country is important. We need to keep up godly values in office, in our leadership, so that our children will have a good future. He really wanted to see American Christians lean toward that. He desired that the American Christians would offer praise for the wonderful land that God allowed us to have. He was able to pen these words, the words to My Country 'Tis of Thee, which is not very long, 4 short verses. It takes up like 3 bars, 3 lines of music in the hymnal. You see 1, 2, 3. There's no chorus to it, which we'll get into styles of music at different time. You have the choruses, just a chorus. You have the hymns, and you have the worship songs. Hymns, some have chorus, some don't, most don't. Spiritual songs is what Colossians 3:16 calls it. Has verses and a chorus. This one does not, so it leans more toward hymns. He wrote all 4 verses in 30 minutes, which honestly, that is almost a record time. I think Fanny Crosby beats him some, because I think I've talked about her before on here. She was able to just hear the music and be like, oh, it says this, I will be right back. So, let's see. This hymn has become one of America's most beloved patriotic hymns. And some even call it the unofficial national anthem, because honestly, 4th of July, we sing the national anthem during that time. And then we also, I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. So 4th of July, we hear the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, more around that time. But we also lean more toward My Country 'Tis of Thee as well, so, The official national anthem is the Star Spangled Banner, which year I did the backstory to that, which not every time I watch the video that I got the information from, I still get chills. I got chills while I was recording that. But yeah. And he stole the music from we don't know who the original composer for the music was, but the British used it first for God Save the King or God Save the Queen, whoever is on the throne at the time. But it makes this hymn very easy to sing. It's simple melody, simple lyrics, makes it a great one. And yeah. So the unofficial national anthem was penned by someone who really wanted to see Americans, or Christian Americans, who wanted to see Christian Americans have more of a desire for godly standards for their country. And there we go. I'm going to attempt to play, and hopefully my bracelet doesn't get in the way. Hey, if ever in videos you see me pushing up, it's pushing up a bracelet. Because I hate having it clink against the keys. Hate it. So here we go. My Country 'Tis of Thee, unofficial national anthem as we just learned. But yeah, I hope this kind of stirs you to look into more godly biblical standards for our country. Not telling you what to do or anything, but yeah. Anywho, hope y'all have a good rest of your Sunday, good Memorial Day. Tomorrow, remember what it's all about. Remember that it's for the men who wore the uniform and who never got to take it off. That's what it's all about tomorrow, not barbecues or getting together with family. So I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's week, and I will see you next time. Bye.